Hi, Rachel Allan here, author of When Business Meets Baby. Recently, I had the pleasure of sitting down and chatting with Oscar, Tori, Harry and Jinah Waters. We spoke about what it was like for them growing up with a mum in business. Paula, who I interviewed in When Business Meets Baby, runs a really busy performing arts business in Ballarat. She has more than 700 students. When Paula started her business, teaching piano in her lounge room, she had one child, James. And as the business grew, so did her family. Paula soon found herself a single mum to 5 children, director of a fast-growing business, and in debt with her now ex-husband who was in jail for money laundering. She has had to work hard to be able to get out of debt and also provide the very best for her children. In this conversation, Oscar, Tori, Harry and Jinah all talk honestly about their relationship with both their mum and the business. If you're a mum in business and you have small children, I hope when you finish listening to this that you learn that your children are going to turn out just great and that it is now time for you to ditch all the guilt that surrounds some people about having a business. So I started by asking Tori what BCMA meant to her.
It's a very large business that is a big part of our lives.
Mm-hmm. How involved are you in the business?
I'm very involved in the business. I teach and dance.
Do you think you've made sacrifices
Yes.
for the business?
Yeah, definitely. Just like social things and friends and other like options like, I don't know, playing soccer or doing gymnastics or other kind of things that I might have liked to give a go.
Harry, what do you see BCMA as?
Work, not for me so much now, but for mum.
And do you think it took your mum away from you?
Sort of, but it was kind of, like I think we all understand why it was like that, and that she was just doing, like she's always done her best to, again, like put food on the table, and take care of us, make sure we're well looked after. Like we've all gone to private schools.
And do you think if she was in just a normal job, a 9 to 5, 5 days a week job, that you could have had all that opportunity, or that you would have seen her more? Or
yeah, we definitely would have seen her more, because it's kind of always been that she comes to work, starts work at like a 9 a.m. or something, and then wouldn't kind of get off and lock up the studio until after 10 probably.
And we're talking before about how easier, or the difference between living here compared to where you're living away from the business now, and how it just changed. Like, what sort of changes did that?
Because by the time we got out of here, I would have been 14, I think. So I was a little bit more independent, and I definitely got that dependency from not having mum around so much, I think. And I don't know, it just kind of allowed me to get away from it a bit. Like I was still coming in for classes and stuff like that, but it wasn't like the centre of my life.
And you're talking about privacy before.
Yeah.
And that you felt that you didn't have much privacy when you were here.
Always a lot of people around, like on the property.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have much separation from it.
Oscar, you made, when we said that your mum wasn't around that much, you agree to that?
Oh yeah, it's just like when we woke up in the morning, we saw her for half an hour, and then came home. We only saw her when she was here, so she was teaching or working. And then we went home, and our auntie Allan put us to bed before Mum got home.
Yeah. And do you hold that against the business at all?
Not really. Didn't mind anything about it really, except it felt better when we moved out, but it wasn't like I was struggling too much when we were here.
Jinah, what's your earliest memory of BCMA?
I wasn't really thinking about it because I was just doing classes and shows, but there was not as much. So.
Yeah. And do you ever imagine life without BCMA?
Not really, no.
Okay. And have you ever thought, a bit like Tori, that maybe you'd like to go and try something else?
A bit at the end of like 2016, because at school I was trying to do some sports and things, but not really.
And
kids, like our cousin Florence and Siobhan and all those guys doing classes, and, you know, having Irene trying to drag me home and go to bed because I was just here watching all the senior classes all the time. But yeah, my earliest memory would definitely be just watching classes of the older kids and, you know, wanting to work here and do all that, and now I am.
And is it what you thought it would be?
It's a bit more stressful. Yeah, definitely heading into year 12, I wouldn't mind if I wasn't doing so much.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to cut back once you're so involved and, you know, teaching so many people, and, you know, I don't want to miss teaching these kids, but I need to, you know, stick with what I have to do.
Yeah. What's annoying about the business?
Well, half our garage is taken up by a pirate ship set. Things like, not so much the boys, but Jinah and I, we don't have the option to go home before 10:30 most nights. Like, that's just what time Mum needs to work till, and until I get my licence, there's not much we can do about that. There's not really an option, and for me, I have to depend on other people a lot, which is, like, it's fine because there's so many people around that are happy to help me and, you know, drive me to rehearsals and things. But it's definitely difficult because sometimes I just wish that, you know, I could just, you know, use my mum to drive me around, not have to depend on everyone else around me to do things for me while I'm not 18 and have my license.
Not a lot that's really annoying now. I guess it's still sort of an intrusion on, like, our home life a little bit. And it's all Mum and the girls talk about, really. Yeah, I think she's got it to a point now where it's pretty like a self-sufficient sort of business, where, like, so she'll take us on the occasional holiday midway through a term or something, and can leave it running. So it's, I think she's got it to a point where it's not so annoying. She doesn't have to be here all the time for it to operate properly.
So what's great about the business?
Like, just the income, really. Yeah, it's always kept food on the table.
It's given us lots of opportunities.
I don't know, it's such a different lifestyle. It's been good, like, we've always had these little holidays at competitions and stuff.
Okay. Oscar, what's annoying and great about?
Annoying is just, like, still an involvement in our life, and we still have to come and work here every now and then. Just.
What's the most annoying job your mum's ever asked you to do?
There's like a gutter. The grass goes into the gutter, so you have to, like, go down and then move it
I know.
a few centimetres across, do it again. So, probably that, actually.
Yeah, mowing the neighbour's through.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best job she's ever given you?
A high pressure hose. That's fun. Oh yeah, we jumped on the roof, and that was always fun when we were 10 or under, and used to just cut the tree that was hanging over the gutters on the roof.
Jinah, what's annoying about BCNA?
Well, it's just kind of getting home really late and not having time to do anything else. Kind of, yeah.
And the best bit?
Just getting to, like, know that there's people here that look out for us and things. Well, I guess having the space, like, out the front, just for people to sit in between classes and talk to each other and get to know each other, it just kind of helps with the relationships between everyone.
Yeah. What's your role in the business?
Well, I kind of just, I don't have much of a role. I like work for, it's just assisting, and then I do a lot of classes.
How many classes do you do?
I'm not quite sure.
How many hours a week would you dance?
Oh, that's a tricky question.
And do you ever get to a point when you're doing your 1,000 hours a week of dancing that you go, I can't do it anymore?
No, because every class is something different, so it's just really exciting to learn more.
What do you see as your future in the business?
Probably just becoming a teacher, like Tori. Other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah. Tori, what's your role in this great business?
Well, I teach and work in the office and assist and dance here. So,
do you see yourself in a role in the future in BCNA?
Tried really hard over the years to separate myself. Like, even like, I stopped dancing in But now I've just kind of dropped to sort of more of a spectator. Yeah, like I also know when Mum needs help, like with the end of year, step in for follow spot or something like that.
Yeah.
Just something to help in the background.
And do you enjoy helping out in the business?
Not a great deal. Just when Mum needs my help, really. When she really needs it, I'll step in. But
About Oscar, what do you see yourself as a role in the business in the future?
Not at all. Come back up. I still play piano because we all had to play piano. And I got away from that first before I was supposed to, and then I started guitar, which I enjoy, so I'll keep doing that for But no, nothing teaching or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too involved here. I'll come do my class and then leave.
So can you describe Paula the mum for me?
Hard working.
Yeah.
Always working. She cares for everyone that she knows. Really. And she'll stand up for anyone. So she's a good mum.
Yeah.
She definitely never stops working.
Yeah.
Like whether it's
home all year.
definitely, there's not always much of a split between the mum and the business owner.
Yeah.
She's always there.
Do you wish that there was?
I personally do. I think because of my involvement, when there's not a split, that I don't get to have a split either. I don't just get to be, the daughter. I'm always, working for her. Not having that split means that I don't have a split between, just being me and working here.
Yeah. Paula the mum, have you got anything else to add?
She's always there. Like, she's always ready to, turn around and look after us. But it definitely requires us to need, or me to need her as a mum. It doesn't kind of just happen if I don't need it. Like, it's not like...
Do you think it's a positive and a negative? Can you,
Yeah. There's definitely positives to everything about the business and mum owning it. And, we get to do classes and get all these opportunities, and I've learnt so much. Even it helps me with school sometimes. Like, we definitely know each other well. Even things like being here all the time because I've been dancing since I was so young. Like, I've been in classes with the older kids and now they're my friends.
Jinah, can you describe Paula the mum from your perspective?
Well, she's very helpful and she's always there. She does have to work a lot, meaning we can't see her as much. But if we want to spend a day with her, she'll try and make some time in the holidays.
Number one life lesson you've been given from your mum and from this business?
The thing we've probably all picked up from Mum is how to work. She's an absolute workaholic, so yeah, if there's one thing that we can all switch on to doing is probably that. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
I think knowing that she's happy is helpful. Most of the time she likes what she's doing and she doesn't mind being here all the time. I know when we were younger she used to do a lot of all-nighters.
And what do you think are some of the things that have made the business less stressful for her?
I think the amount of staff and I think the environment that she's created in that, all of the staff and pretty much all of the students and things are happy, are friends, chilled about it, just come here to have a good time. I think that definitely helps her because it makes everyone want to work harder and then she's got less to do. Yeah, it helps her when everyone around her is happy and wanting to be here.
Yeah, what are your number one lesson that you've learnt from Paula the mum and Paula the business owner?
Dwell over things too much. Just kind of keep an open mind about everything. Yeah.
Would you go into business?
Probably not.
Because
it seems stressful and looks like it takes a lot of time. What it does. So yeah.
Okay. Your number one life lesson?
Just be happy with what you've got, I guess. You always telling us how lucky we are, where we live, our house, and our yard, and friends, family.
Yeah.
We all get along really well with our family, so...
In your view, what do you think has made it such a success?
Just how hard Mum works, and obviously we've said a few times, she's always here.
Yeah.
But she's not here just sitting around. She's always working really hard to make it a success. And make everyone here happy, which helps them talk about it, which gets it bigger and larger. And then it grows, more people come in, bigger business.
Do you ever wish that she'd just stayed at home teaching piano in the lounge?
I can't think of it a different way now. I think it's just how it is.
Yeah.
How I grew up, so.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Jinah, what do you think's made it as successful as what it is?
Well, I think like the staff and the community are just helping to make it a bigger like place, which is helping with its success. Everyone's happy and they don't come here just because they have to. They come here to do what they like, and that helps it because then other people come. So, yeah.
You would like to answer what you felt made BCMA a success?
Probably just the environment. Like, we've had, we do competitions and things, but it's never been like some other dance schools that are, you come here every night of the week to be the best. Like, you come here to improve yourself, whether that's, confidence or in ability or whatever. Like,
what about you, Harry? What do you think's been the number one success?
I think Mum. But I think it's her work ethic, and a lot of it's up to her being very ambitious. She's always looking to make it bigger and better.
Does she share her dreams for the business with you guys? Or do you just find out about it as it's sort of rolling along? Or
definitely does value what we think.
So if you could give one piece of advice to other kids growing up in their mum's business, what would it be?
Try to think from like Mum's point of view as to why she's doing it and what she's trying to do, and how it affects you. But don't be, I don't know, it's sort of like, don't be selfish in your thinking. Try to think about what the bigger picture is, sort of.
Do you survive? You've survived.
Yeah. I think a big factor that we haven't really touched on is Irene in our lives, because since I was 2, she moved to Ballarat pretty much solely to take care of us. So she was always out the back, putting us to bed, like
Driving us out of here.
Making sure we brush our teeth and taking care of us.
If we were sick, she was the one that was looking after us. Or, school readers we always did with her, homework we did with her.
She basically.
So we definitely, if Mum was the same way and the business was the same way it was, and we didn't have Irene, it would be completely different. We always had Irene to, cook dinner or help us get dinner ready.
I remember her being 74 years old and coming down and kicking the footy with Oscar and I.
I remember going and playing basketball at the school with her when she was about 30.
And she loves tennis, so we used to go to tennis with her.
She used to drive us to tennis every Monday, paid for us to play and use the court.
Watch us on the bike jumps.
Tori, what was your advice for other kids growing up in their mum's business or with a mum in business?
Just understand it, and as much as it's annoying, try not to take it out on your parent, especially if it is someone like Mum, like a single mum who just can't leave work to drive us somewhere. Like, we'll leave work if she has to, but can't always. Just try and understand it, because that's what's getting us food on the table and keeping our house and everything. So just trying to understand it and get involved.
But you enjoy the business?
I do. I do enjoy it. It's given me so many opportunities. Like,
number one advice for other kids growing up in their mum's business?
Don't compare yourself to other families.
Have you compared yourself to other families?
Yeah.
And what did you see in those families that you wanted?
I don't know, I just always compared, like, when I was younger, and I went to my friend's house, and all they had to do was eat dinner, and a parent would clean it up and all that.
Yeah.
But she wasn't home for most dinners. So it was to help Irene.
Sat down for dinner all together.
So it was just, just little things. Like, just having dinner at my friend's house with all their family being there.
Mm-hmm.
That was different, because there's always one person at a time at our house.
Do you think other people may look at your family and be envious that you've had an upbringing like you have?
I know definitely people like Jinah's and my friends would wish that they could live here and, you know, pretty much see all the positives of it and be like, oh, that's like the best life ever. You've just got to dance your whole life. I don't think that they see that there's also the other side of, you know, we don't have as much time for homework, we don't have as much time for that. But yeah, there's definitely families and people that wish they had our lifestyle because it seems pretty great. Sometimes it is.
The kids when I was dancing here, they always said that, oh, I'd love to live in a dance studio. You just do whatever, it's big space.
What was one of the best things about living in a dance studio?
I could play soccer in it.
Wheelie chair races.
Yeah, you used to slide around the wheelie chairs in it.
Yeah.
Hide and seek,
We always had
Nerf
a
gun wars.
good play space.
You could always put couches in the dance studio and hide behind them. Yeah, I used to climb up there.
Having sleepovers over here.
That was scary.
Yeah, that was scary, but it was fun.
Jinah, what would be your number one advice for other kids growing up in their mum's business?
Just like think positively about the situation because it gets annoying, but there's always positives to it.
Mm-hmm.